Hey everyone, this is Brian Drury of Overcoming Graduation, and I wanted to bring a quick message today about mindset and perspective, especially when things go wrong. And the topic for today's video is they did this to me. Now, we've all had situations in our lives where we've gone, somebody did something and it had this impact, and we felt like we got blindsided. It was completely out of our control. How could they have done this? That indignation, like who do they think they are? This could be in our career. Maybe you got really bad news, or maybe you got fired. It could be in a relationship where you discovered you were cheated on, you were lied to, or someone leaves you suddenly and abruptly out of nowhere. You could be in your finances where you find out your accountant stole from you and you're like, oh my God, everything was fine. And he took all this money and now my business is falling apart. Now I don't know how I'm going to provide for myself and my family. It could be in any area of life. We get blindsided at times in life, and it's very easy. It's very easy to fall into the trap of saying they did this to me. Now, that is true up to a point. Like, they did do something and it did have an impact. There was something that transpired and there was an impact in your life. It could be emotional, it could be financial, it could be mental, physical, spiritual. It could be on all different levels, really. But ultimately, what that comes down to is, what are you going to do next? You see, in my day job, I received some bad news recently, some unexpected, felt blindsided by it. And initially, the anger came up. The anger, the frustration, how could they do this? How could they say this? Are you kidding? After all the work I've done, this is what they're bringing up. Boom, 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 right? It all comes up. And a part of you goes, hey, Brian, you're entitled to feel this way because they did this to me, right? They did this to me. So, they're going to do this. And we get up, we get fired, we get angry. But the big question is, what happens next? What are you going to do next? What's going to transpire as a result of this? Are you just going to sit there and complain? Because I've been there. And in fact, when I looked back at the negative feedback that I received, unfortunately, when I really stepped back and said, does this hold truth? The much more difficult, but much more productive thing to do is to look at, was I really stepping up? Was I really showing up? Was I in a role that I was committed to and that I loved? And I was working to grow in that? Or was I making excuses about being in a role I hated? You see, there's a big difference between acknowledging your piece in the process and acknowledging your steps that you did take or didn't take. And if the role is right for you, let's use the corporate example or the job example, where if it's the right one and you're like, yeah, it's time to start fighting again. It's time to get back in the game. It's time to go for this. Great. Awesome. All right. Now you get that feedback, you receive it, and you go to work like you never had before. But maybe, like in my situation, you look and go, I've been partially fighting to keep a job I never really wanted in the first place. I've been making excuses and complaining about why I was staying in a job I hated. But here's the question. Who does that all come back to? Me. Who chose to stay? Me. Most importantly, who decided to allow himself to lower his standards and justify that by saying, but I hate my job, so it's okay for me to not put in my best effort, for me to lower my standard, for me to not work as hard, not put in the time that's needed to get the job done, not overcome my doubts, fears, and insecurities, not overcome my weak emotions, my low energy states. That was mine. So although people may not deliver news the way we want it, they may not handle things the way we want it, they may give us news we never expected, but in every one of these situations, there can be a gift if we choose to find it. So they did this to me. Great. Now what? Did they show you who they really are? Or have you been ignoring who they really are for a long time and you were just trying not to see it? And now's the time to say, I was choosing to ignore the red flags because I was benefiting in some way from this relationship or this job or this situation. It's time to say, you know what? I have been accepting a lower standard for myself and for my life, and it's time to change that because no one else will do it for you. So if you find yourself pointing the finger and blaming like I have recently, notice I'm not just coming here and judging and criticizing like you need to. No, guys, this was me. This is literally 2 days ago is when I got this news from when I'm recording this video. So you're not alone. We all get there. Sometimes we do need to vent, but when that becomes the consistent piece, when that becomes part of our everyday, and when that becomes the thing that we're living our life by, well, that's where we start to run into trouble. So I needed the reminder that it's all up to me. It's my choice and it's my responsibility. And I decide what happens and what doesn't, and what I'm willing to tolerate and what I'm not, and what I'm willing to change and what I'm not. So I've decided to make a change, and I'm taking steps to do that. And I want you to think about in your life, where do you need to take ownership again? Even when they wronged you, even when they really messed up, even when they did something terrible, and you feel justified, you're like, oh no, I deserve to be upset. Do you want to live upset, or do you want to live a life that's fulfilling and amazing with incredible people? Because in order to do that, many times we need to cut out people, cut out relationships, leave jobs, move on, go out, try something new. Otherwise, we just stay repeating the same patterns and complaining and wondering why nothing's changing. So I'm done with that. I want you to be done with that. So what's the one step? What's the one area in your life today that needs to happen? Because the day I got that bad news, I took steps immediately. Started sending out job applications immediately. That day, use the intensity of that emotion to spur you to action. Don't let it just consume you and just be in the cycle and be calling people and complaining, because I did plenty of that for years in this role. For years, I complained about how I didn't like it and how I was going to get out. And it was great to talk about it, but I never did it because it was just uncomfortable enough. And I was like, oh, I can work on my business outside of it. But I was hiding from and not acknowledging the drain. I was hiding from the pain. I was hiding from the frustration and the, Brian, why the hell are you in this role that has nothing to do with your future steps? And if you really want to inspire people to do it, and you want a job while you're building your company, why not have one that's incredible and amazing? So let's take that next step together. I love you all. Thank you for being a part of this. Thank you for being here today. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Click the button because you want to see these videos as soon as they come out, and I want to stay connected with you. If you haven't already, go to overcominggraduation.com and you'll get a pop-up to join the mailing list and a free little giveaway that you'll see once you get there. And that's the best way to stay in touch with the Overcoming Graduation community. And also on my website, you'll see the most recent offers, promotions, and events that are coming up, and any special bonuses or special promotions that you can take advantage of for coaching, speaker coaching, or any of the other services and products that I provide. So love you guys. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a part of this. I'll be talking to you again real soon.